AMC absolutely meeting those dreadful targets that we've been talking about over the last few days. Let's go ahead and go over the potentials for the following sessions. What is up, you guys? Thank you so much for stopping by once again. This is ARCa coming at you with an AMC technicals and raw price action thread of analysis on this Hump Day Wednesday. Before we get started, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share the video with a friend so that you and them could consider joining our trading community and Discord called ARCa Bulls. With that said, let's go ahead and dive right into the charts. Okay, so we're looking at AMC on the daily chart here, and this is in reference to the larger broadening descending wedge upon, it's a buy breakout, right? A buy formation breakout. You're looking at a larger scale broadening descending wedge and a smaller broadening descending wedge within a huge ascending channel, right? So we're right at the bottom of these formations right now, okay? So this is a good thing. We did talk about the potential of dropping down to cover this gap right over here, okay? So you're looking at a bottom side of about 409, but that doesn't mean that we could stop there, okay? There are still some other things that we can look at towards the downside, but know for a fact that these are very, very what I'm looking at is a strong demand zone, essentially. Okay, so I just want to be as clear as I can be. I'm not by any means I'm not gonna pump this, and I'm not gonna tell you guys that this is gonna go to the moon. In fact, of course, we're getting some weird news, and this is causing AMC to capitulate. But what I can see is that the broader markets are starting to kind of pivot towards the upside, right? And because we got a good CPI read of 6%, this gives us a high probability for the Fed to actually increase the rate hike by about 25 bips coming the next Fed minutes. Okay, so that would be incredibly bullish for the broader markets, and it would also kind of influence AMC to the upside as well. Okay, so please remember that the downside that we're facing right now is particular to that news for the RS. Okay, or the merger of the getting rid of the of the dividend, right? The APE dividend, merging it into the AMC asset. Okay, so it's just fundamental news that's causing this capitulation right now. Okay, but know that the broader markets are looking not bad whatsoever, and it's very likely for this to find a support bottom soon, and very likely to find an upside right after that. Okay, you guys, so let's go ahead and move on to the next chart. Actually, one more thing regarding this chart. Please know that we're almost at the exact bottom touch of this trend line here that I looked at. This was essentially the bottom side that I was looking for, about $4.19, and you can see that we reached $4.15. Okay, so this trend line was actually taken from this you guys know how much I hate this damn formation, right? They're okay here and there. They sometimes work out, sometimes they don't. They don't have a steady hit rate, right? So this is a head and shoulders. Okay, so this herpy derpy played out, and I was able to get the the trend line from the top side of the head all the way to the neckline, and then we apply it from the neckline down, and you can see that it suggested a target of about $4.19, of which we already got. Okay, so very good. So let's go ahead and continue now with the analysis. Okay, so this these were all the iterations of the bearish engulfings that we were looking at, right? This one here, this one here, this one here, and then eventually this was the latest one that we got. So and the price action that you're looking at right over here, these two candles represent today. Okay, so meaning that we're on the 12-hour chart, and these would be the 24-hour period, right? So very good stuff. And another thing to notice here is that we could have slightly printed. Let me just see if that's the case right there, right? Because it looks like this red candle started right at the same area of the closing of this green candle. So the green candle closed at 473. This one opened at, let's see, 473. Yeah, okay, so it's not a bearish engulfing. So this is good. Okay. I'm not saying that this is the end all be all, because please remember that when we were referencing this chart about a day ago or 2 days ago, whenever that was, I was talking to you about the potential of testing the 2-spot 618 before a bounce. Okay. So the 2-spot 618 at 414 is a little dangerous because it's only relevant to it's relevant to a couple areas of support right back here, right, that are also in correlation with that 2-spot 618. The reason why I said that is not as strong is because it doesn't have like much historical value. Let me just see if that's actually the case. Well, we do have some other touches right here, and it looks like we're right at that support. So this now makes me feel, again, the same thing that I talked about, right? So I said that as soon as we start touching on that 414 level, then the danger can actually start to look, kind of relevant to eventually testing the 3-spot 272 and or the 3-spot 618. That's not confirmed just yet, though. Okay, so the only reason I'm saying that is because we're in the process of reversing right now. So this is going to be a very, very lengthy reversal. Okay, and the reason why I'm saying this is because you're looking at a descending channel here, and we're already breaking out of this channel. We're validating that support, the newly converted the resistance. You see, we've been touching that resistance there, and we're validating the support now, support again, and it's okay for us to come back down and support again before a continuation onto that upside. Okay, so it's still okay for us to do that. All right, so I just want to express to you the dangers of potentially finding some long entries here. So this could be the bottom side of the floor, and where we are right now could also be one too. Okay, but if I were to look at raw price action, very, very likely we can actually see a touch of the 2-spot 272 at about 437 to the space of about 442 before a rejection and continuation to the way down. But please remember that there's a lot of relevant areas as support right over here, starting from 393, in fact. Okay, so just remember that I did express dangers of us lingering around this 414 area in the last stream, okay, or in the last video I printed. All right, so now let's go ahead and move on to the last part of the analysis, and this is essentially where we're going to get the idea as to where price action can be moving for the next day or so. Okay, so definitely look at the 30-minute immediate short-term time frame here. It is showing a little bit of consolidation here. We are well within the gravitational zone of the bear strength percentile, which means that we can actually get pulled right to the upside. We still have the 14-day simple below us, which is very bullish. Okay, go ahead and notice that the 4-hour is also suggesting an upside, but it does have a little bit of resistance coming up at that 14-day simple. But notice where the 14-day simple is sitting, though, okay, because the 14-day simple is sitting right in the gravitational zone of the oversold percentile, which usually means that we may have a shot of succeeding the inside of this 14-day simple moving average. Very good stuff. Okay, so now the 8-hour, very tiny pivot here. Not always good for us to kind of validate or use an upside thesis based on these tiny pivots, because they often tend to fail. Okay, but it's still an upside. The only reason I'm mentioning it right now is because it's getting close to the gravitational zone of the overbought percentile, which could essentially influence this to the upside. All right, we still have a pullback on the daily and let me see the buy daily. The buy daily, the 3-day, and the 5-day. Okay, so there could still be some downside to be looked at for AMC, which is the reason why I'm telling you that there could still be that chance that where we can come to 293, 369, followed by about 346 over the span of the next few days, potentially by next Friday. Okay, so this is it's still looking good, but if we do touch this area here at 346, this would be a massive demand zone, and a bounce to the upside could be very, very, very explosive from this area here. Okay, please remember, I'm not a financial advisor. Take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, as I cannot suggest for you to buy or sell any assets whatsoever. Okay, you guys? Do your own due diligence and everything will be just fine. All right, so please remember to refer to the links in the description below if you want to visit me on Twitter or join the ARCa Bulls trading community in Discord, okay? But with that said, I wish you well, a very good night, and I will catch you at the bell mañana. Adios.